probably more so than anything else about the code review, I think that the best aspect of it is you get to view someone else's code. And in the real world and real world environment, that sort of setting, you're collaborating with multiple people on much larger projects. So you need to be able to read other people's code, understand it, and then incorporate that into your own code. So what this process gives you is the ability to look at someone else's code, understand how they're thinking about the problem.
You get a better sense of what people are looking for when they read code. Particularly with comments, I was always afraid I was over-commenting or not commenting enough, so I was able to get feedback from what people like to see in code and what things needed further clarification with my own coding style and what things didn't need to be clarified so much.
With peer code review, you're doing a different style of what you normally do in your computer science assignments. Many assignments are simply graded with a diff, and you code for simply a result. With peer code review, you get a chance to show off your chops and make your code as impressive as possible.
Well, it's really pretty remarkable. I mean, when people first show up, they sort of have that natural inclination that, they're not really sure that this is entirely worth coming in at, the middle of the evening on Friday or something when they could be doing something much more entertaining. But it generally works out that most people at the end of it are really very appreciative. I mean, I was personally surprised that, at the end of a couple of code reviews, students are actually thanking me for helping them, moderating the review, which I was not expecting at all. I mean, I figured that, they'd, at best be sort of apathetic about it, not, strangle me or something. But it wound up being the case that they really seemed like they got a lot out of it, and were genuinely thankful that, we were helping them with this whole process. And a lot of that is both that they were gaining insight from the other students in their class, and occasionally it comes that they'll refer to the moderator, to have you answer some sort of discussion or confusion that there is between people in the group, and they're not really sure whether this is the better way or that's the better way. So they try to appeal to your experience or just get you to contribute something as well. And as a moderator, that can be really very fun to do yourself because you get to advise people and help them along, and that's a nice sort of feeling.
I would say enter with an open mind and be ready to take criticisms and actually think about them and possibly apply them. Oftentimes when we write our own code, we have an automatic complex to think it's superior. Since it's our own logic, it makes sense to us, but there probably are better implementations and other people's criticisms are probably valid. In the real world, you have to constantly have your own code torn apart and have to understand someone else's.
In terms of preparation, I would say know your code very, very well. Know where you think you might have things you want to improve, because the moderators are there to help you. Everyone who is there is trying to help you just better your code, better your coding style. So don't take things personal. I think that's very important. A lot of people think, oh, my code is my baby. No, it's just one version of your baby. You're going to have many more. So just, just don't take whatever is said at the review. Don't take it personal if you think it's, and of course it's always good if you feel like you're offended in some way, express that, but just what they're doing is they're trying to help you. So make sure to keep that in mind no matter what, and we're all trying to be as pleasant as possible about, letting you know when maybe your code should have a little bit more revision here and there. So I think that's probably the most important thing, and also in terms of coding itself, when you're preparing for the code review, just make sure to keep it simple. So, in terms of the way it looks and spacing and everything.
Complete the assignment. Make sure that you gave whoever's code you were inspecting the same amount of time that you would want them to give for your code, because and don't write off like a student or classmate's work just because they might have a slightly different skill set than you have, because everyone comes in with different skills, and just because someone might not know one concept or have a firm grasp on one concept, they still might be able to teach you something that you